road like we saw with Allen 2 years ago in Kansas City.
Nope.
Yes, no. So until I see Prescott in a postseason,
Tampa was impressive.
they're 8-9.
Okay, I'm just saying.
They're 8-9.
You asked had he played.
8-9. You're going to compare them to Mahomes. He outplayed Mahomes that day.
The competition.
He outplayed Mahomes. He was better than Mahomes. He was phenomenal. They changed the rule. Yeah, they can get the ball back in the overtime. They changed the rule because of Josh Allen. So because of that, I can't sit there and say, well, I don't know, how come we don't give him the same abuse that we give that? He's had a turnovers. Kimberly highlighted it, 100%. The team, they're 5-5 for a reason, and he's part of it. I'm not disputing that. But the upside of Allen is still much better than the upside of Prescott, only because I have seen Allen play in postseason scenarios on the road, scoring 40 points. And I've never seen Prescott do that. So I'll be going to get again, an 8-9! Come on, Tampa, this, that.
Go ahead, Swagger. No, there's a philosophy, right? Great players with coaches or great players with talent in that potential world, right? And we've seen Josh Allen hit higher heights than Dak. I agree with you as far as playing the position, right? Over a course of his career, he's played some games where you're like, oh boy. And like, if we can get that consistently, then we start having the conversation about him being the best. But here's the problem with that, doggy. To whom much is given, much is required. And that's really what it boils down to. When we start talking about Josh Allen, for the same reasons you just said, he doesn't deserve more criticism than Dak, is exactly why he deserves more criticism. Most really good coaches, they get on their star players more than they get on guys that they have a limited expectation from. I keep telling people, Dak is good. Dak is a good quarterback. Josh Allen should be great, and he's not. And that is why when you have a conversation about Josh Allen, it's different than most quarterbacks in the NFL, right? If Patrick Mahomes this year with 8 interceptions hadn't been the 5 AFC championships and 2 Super Bowls, his criticism would be elevated at a higher level. But we've seen him deliver time and time again. The problem is Josh Allen played a great playoff game, still lost, and now you've seen a regression in the success of the franchise that he's with. So that's why I think he deserves a lot of criticism. A lot of that criticism comes from the fact, well, first of all, because this dude, that's number one. Actually, that might be the number one reason that this man told Dak's dad to his face he was going to throw 2 interceptions and lose the game. He told the man that in person. And you called it, that became a question. That was Tampa. When he told him up something. All right, and then the other thing is that I was a week early. We didn't ask for all that. I'm just talking about what happened that day. And the second thing is, for that, he played for the Cowboys. Like, we know how that goes. But when we talk about football and the play and the expectations, Josh Allen should be criticized way more. Let me say this. This is what bothers me about this. Who says that Josh Allen isn't being criticized as much as Dak Prescott? You want me to tell you what the real problem is? We have criticized him. The man has thrown 94 interceptions in the 84 into the regular season game since his rookie year. We have. Here's the difference. No one cares. Nobody cares. That's the point. It's not the Cowboys. It's not that they're not saying it. It's not that they're not pointing out. Wait a minute. If I sit up here, stay with me, because I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to help you. Okay, you can leave, but you're gonna be sitting right there while you left. The point that I'm trying to make to you, Kimberly, is this. This is the part that everybody misses. If you talk about Dak, it provokes dialogue. If you talk about Josh Allen, okay, it's just a Bill fan. It's just a Bill fan. It's Bill Mafia. That's it. Outside of that, that's it. That is the difference. Yep. And this is the problem. Even the Cowboys get lost in all of this. Listen, Michael Parsons, give them the same energy. Stop. We have given them the same energy. No one cared. So we moved on. They care about you. Why are you complaining? Oh, Stephen A, they got something to say about you. You're damn right they do. When you number one, baby, like First Take has been, they're going to talk about you. If you somebody that's mired in the muck and buried and you ain't generating any ratings, they ain't talking about you. Yeah. That's the way it goes. You sitting up there talking about you, oh my goodness, my First Take was madness. I said, yo, they stopped me all over the country talking about you. All over the way. I finally attached a face to the name. That's Mad Dog Russo. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Excuse me.
They ain't talking about Steve Torrey. They ain't talking about all of these other guys. As great as they are, and I know them personally at this station, they're all wonderful guys and great radio hosts and great radio people. But he's the man.
Yep.
That's just the way that it goes. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys have got to accept. Stop whining and moaning all the damn time. They're talking about you because you're popular.
We can agree. We can agree on something for the Cowboys this time, which is very rare for us. But I hate it. And to your point, all of this visceral reaction to Josh Allen, because I criticized Josh Allen after he threw 3 interceptions against the Jets, and people was like, "Oh, you hate him." No, he threw 3 interceptions. He's the reason they lost the game. It ain't that I hate him. That's actually what I watch. But I think sometimes we get caught up in what the social media landscape is saying. Well, y'all need to talk about Josh Allen like y'all talk about Dak Prescott. No, we don't. If I don't want to. And also, when it comes to Dak Prescott, he plays for the most visible franchise in all of sports.
There we go. I'm going to stop you right there.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But what is frustrating to me is the goalposts constantly moving when we dissect these quarterbacks and we give scrutiny to them. Josh Allen is so talented. What is frustrating is he is too good to play like this.
Right.
That is why he deserves it. The expectations for this team are much higher.
We are saying he is getting it. It's just that people don't care.
But we don't need this too.
It's not moving the goalposts. We don't care.
You have people when it comes to Josh Allen that wants him to be something that he's not. I say that about Dak too. We want Dak to be Mahomes and Burrow. He's not that. He's a really good quarterback in his window, in his box.
Who hasn't won yet.
When we talk about Josh Allen, everybody wants to always put the premise on his elite talent and what he can do. Josh Allen turns the football over and it costs the team games. That's the reality.
Because everybody thought he was going to be the next Mahomes.
That's their fault.
And now Burrow has superseded him.
That's their fault.
And by the way, not only has Burrow superseded him, Lamar Jackson may have superseded him as well. So we got those issues going on.
I know dudes in the hood that can hoop in the NBA, but
by the way,
we touched Lamar Jackson now.
Hold on. To the fellas out there, you can't have your bums, okay? You know your dogs. Stop texting me about trying to get with Kimberly Martin. It ain't happening.
I'm so glad you said that.
No.
I'm so glad.
Why are you glad?
Sorry, behind. I just want to let them know that we got to go to break here, okay? Listen.
You be asking me. I ain't making
Monday, we get a Super Bowl rematch. But is it the Super Bowl winning Chiefs who need this game more? We've got lots of disagreement on this particular topic. Also, it's time.
Totally unnecessarily with a guy that it's not like he has some long-standing beef. And the Draymond thing, the reason I think the NBA wilds might come down maybe more harshly than Brew would encourage is because Draymond approached this like I've been waiting for a chance to do this for years because he and Gobert have a 5+ year long beef. And so I think that Draymond was wildly out of line. And I think everybody agrees.
We looked up at some historical comps on what you do to get suspended for so many games, so we're not just trying to pluck it out of the air. This is the one I came up with, Brew. This was 3 games for Pat Bev, where it's basically 2 other guys and a third party.
And that was 3 games? I think that's...
He got 3 games.
I think that's worth it. You blindside somebody. He has no idea somebody's coming in. That's when something really hurts, when you're just standing there and somebody just comes in.
And Pat Bev also had the history. Because remember, he did something similar to Chris Paul. And Draymond, when he got guys ribs, when Draymond got suspended in the playoffs, they said his history came into account. And so, remember when he got suspended for Sabonis? I think the NBA, we all on this desk agree that them cracking down on the exuberant post-dunk celebrations is ridiculous. But I have no problem with them cracking down on this type of stuff. We can say that they've overdone it with flagrant fouls. We all agree they've overdone it with this year with these texts. Yeah. But the things that are totally outside of the realm of basketball, I have no problem with them cracking down on. And if you want to suspend Jaden because he threw a punch, so be it.
He threw a punch. And Gobert was holding the guy he threw the punch at, Klay Thompson. But then Tim Anderson, when he got knocked out, Jose Ramirez, I think, was the guy knocked out. 3 games. in a 162-game season. That was worse than losing.
Yeah, but fighting is also kind of allowed in baseball.
But it should.
I understand, but you know what I mean? Like baseball fighting, in the NBA, if there's a fight and you come off the bench, you're out for a game. In baseball, you run 250 feet from the dugout, and you have to do it.
Meanwhile, in Denver, the Clippers lost again. It's their 6th straight loss. They've yet to win with Harden on the team. Here's Harden with some curious quotes after the game.
I keep reiterating that I didn't have a training camp really or preseason, so kind of learning on the fly for the new team and also getting myself into James Harden shape and in game, shape is very, very important. So tonight was definitely another step in the right direction. I think tonight I was a little more aggressive. I feel like I can be a lot more aggressive. So, and aggressive means making the right plays, giving guys open shots, not just scoring basketball.
Okay, buddy. All right, go ahead, Brew. This is your Clippers.
No.
I'm devastated.
Last night, and you heard Ty Lue and even Harden saying, "Oh, you're stepping in the right direction." I was surprised it was that close. I was watching this game, and I thought it was going to be a blowout. All right, so I was surprised by that. I guess in their world, you can be encouraged by that. But the problem is, as I said, there's always going to be a couple of the guys that are uncomfortable, okay? And guess who didn't speak after last night?
Well, 2 guys did.
Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook.
They left.
Kawhi Leonard was 5 for 14, 15 points. Westbrook 4 for 12, 8 points.
And Russ got once again benched for the close.
Yeah, and then Ty threw him in for the last 15 seconds or whatever to maybe make up for it. Like, this team, you don't want anybody to get injured, but they're only going to be relatively comfortable when one of the 4 isn't there. Because when you have 4 stars on the floor, you got to have somebody that's going to do the little things. And none of these guys has ever done the little things. And I'm not blaming them. That's just what stars do. They don't do those little things. And here's the last thing quick I'll say, Nick. They got another issue. Kawhi is not as good as he used to. I mean, he's still good, but even before Harden, he was only averaging like 23 points a game, which for him is like he's not as efficient. Yeah. He's not the defender.
Unlike Jimmy G, his body actually did betray.
But he's not as good as none of them.
But James Harden's defense, it's mid-November. He's getting into shape. He'll be ready by Christmas. Thanksgiving, you take a little step back like everybody.
Listen, all right, so there's the James part of this and the Clipper part of this. The James part of this is, he is really cementing himself as maybe the most tone-deaf athlete of my lifetime. Like, these comments he's making as if he didn't cause all of it. And even if you wanted to get out of Philly, you could have stayed in shape. Yeah. You could have gone to training camp. You could have been doing all of these things. If the excuse was we don't yet know each other as well, there's nothing to do about that except for not demand a trade right before the year. He didn't demand it right before the year, to be fair, but demand another trade once again where you have to do all these things. So the Harden is just out to lunch on his culpability, on his career. Maybe that should have gone one way and it's gone another way. And also, by the way, I don't think when he gets in shape, it's necessarily going to be good for the Clippers. Because his whole reason of wanting to be there is to get a big contract. And he's going to think, I have to do that by, quote, I am a system, by being the James Harden system, and other people sitting around and watching. So when he gets in shape, he's going to try to meet his own ends, which is his numbers go up, so somebody pays him. Which, by the way, because he doesn't get it, nobody's going to pay him. Nobody.
His only chance is the Clippers, and that would even be marketing.
Right. But here's the part of this that I can't get over. The Clippers opted into this. I understand why the Sixers traded him. They had to. I don't know why, and I understand why James wanted to go to the Clippers. They were like, it's my hometown, and they have money, and they could pay me. Why did Lawrence Frank do this?
Historically, they're not the wisest of players.
No, I get it.
The only explanation to me, one, if Kawhi or Paul George gets hurt, which may happen, that's been their history, right? But two, he clearly, and I said, Westbrook's played well there, and this is the one place, like the best fit for him in the NBA right now. He doesn't trust Westbrook, though. And I don't know if it's just more
Well, they're going to make Westbrook escape the fall guy.
But don't you agree? Like, they felt like, okay, Harden can be a good playmaker. He can set Paul George and Kawhi up.
Yeah,
Russ can't do that. I think that's what they were wrong.
This is an unforced era of epic proportion. A little bit of optimism for your Clipper. Defensive rating up to 17.
Oh, okay.
Offensive rating, dead last. But
Dead last. All those guys.
It's not going to work.
Can anyone fix Josh Allen next?
I can't hear you.
I pushed as far as I possibly could to, get back out there and just try to play and try to push it towards after the season. But, I think the best situation for, I guess, longevity in my career is to be able to get media surgery. And that's what all the experts said. So, I gotta follow their footsteps and go from there.
How important is it going to be for you after you get through the rehab process to be back here with your teammates and around the team as you kind of get yourself proven as well?
Yeah, it's going to be very important to get back around here and be around the guys. But, I've already had a lot of guys told me, wherever I'm rehabbing and training at, they're going to come out there and spend some time with me. So, which is pretty dope. So, we're going to have that bond. The connection's going to always be there. My phone is going to always be on loud for those guys. And they know they can call me or, pull up on me anytime, they get free. You said the what?
6 and 3, who do you think is the best candidate for replacement?
Whoever's the next man up. Anybody that's going to be able to, step in and perform. So, Kevin and those guys can make sure we're ready to go. And they're going to be ready to perform and take this team as far as we need to go.
I don't know Sean, but how confident are you that you'll be able to come back and be the player you think you should be?
Well, I'm very confident. I'm very confident. I'm very confident in the doctors that it's going to be doing the surgery and the rehab. And I'm very confident in my rehab and my mindset and my determination to get back, strong.
Do you have any idea when you're going to be able to throw football again?
It depends on, everything. Maybe hopefully in 2 months, 3 months.
So more of the pain, is it more frustration, like internally because you're not allowed to play, or are you physically feeling like, if I had to throw football right now, I probably would.
It's both. It is very painful. The whole second half is painful to throw football. It's a bone that's fractured in my shoulder, so no type of medicine or anything is going to stop the pain from that. But it's just frustrating all around, just not being able to play and just the injuries. But I can't control certain injuries, and from what the experts told me, that certain injury and then the high ankle sprain is things that happens with everybody in the game. So.
Okay, last one here.
There you have it, Deshaun Watson, $230 million quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, out for the remainder of the season due to a broken bone in the shoulder. You already had to say this, Wagner.
It's unfortunate for him, obviously, because he had a plan and a vision for a season. It's unfortunate for Cleveland because of the investment and also what they thought Deshaun Watson was trending to. But more importantly, when you listen to Deshaun Watson talk about how the doctors had to let him know that this was over, you see the devastation of a player that's been through a tremendous amount of scrutiny, a lot of things that's been on his plate, obviously dealing with the off-the-field issues, but also on-the-field issues. And it also took me back to something early in his career that we used to talk about as well. Deshaun Watson taking too many hits, right? And you think about this season, he held the ball a lot. I'm getting into football now. Held the ball a lot. He took a lot of hits in the pocket. Obviously, we saw in the Ravens game, trying to fight and turn for those extra yards. You give him credit for trying to play through pain and beat up for his teammate, obviously dealing with a shoulder along the way. But he's going to have, when he returns, he's going to have to figure out a way to be a smarter football player.
I think the Browns are fine, honestly. Having watched this team, having watched them last year with Jacoby Brissett, having watched them adore Josh Dobbs, having watched them with P.J. Walker, Deshaun has missed a lot of time. And as far as locker room leadership and friendship and all that, I think this is a team that week to week And so it's been like, hey, whoever's at quarterback, we'll just figure it out. And so
Fine. What do you mean? They're going to the playoffs?
yeah, I think.
I think they're going to the playoffs too, but if you're a Browns fan who hasn't won a championship since 1964, you say to yourself, wow, we had a great win against the Ravens. Looks like the God is finally smiling on us. The quarterback's playing well. Great second half. What a win on the road. Got a chance to win the division. And then he's out for the year here from PJ Walker. That's rough. It goes out there.
You're absolutely right. I get where you're coming from, but the season is over. They're not going to the playoffs. All about that. It's time to move forward. To one of our favorite segments of the week. Doggy! Uh-oh. Tells us why he's mad. Right after this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir! There you go. Good one.
Let Instacart tackle your weekly shop, so you can tackle what really matters.
We need a small business so fast. I got this. Loan cannon!
Oh, there's a better way to get a fast small business loan. Go to OnDeck.com, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
What does searching for a Medicare plan feel like?
It's kind of confusing.
It's so complicated.
It's
really difficult.
It's daunting.
We found people looking for a new Medicare plan. Half did it by searching the usual way.
I mean, this could days.
The other half did it by matching with eHealth.
What I really like about this is how it told me this is my top pick and told me why.
She's really slick.
Compare plans that cover your doctors, your prescriptions, and your budget. Compare your current plan to newer plans and compare them side by side. Because eHealth carries plans from the nation's top insurance companies. They pay us to help you find a match. That's how eHealth is always a free service.
It gives you the opportunity to compare side by side. I discovered I was ripping myself off with my current plan.
I found two that were better than the ones I got.
Compare all-in-one plans, all in one place. eHealth.
Compare Medicare plans by calling 1-800-391-0610 or compare plans at eHealth.com.
eHealth, your Medicare matchmaker.
You've got a subscription for streaming movies and music, maybe even one for food. But what about when it's your water line that's streaming? Repairs are expensive. Good contractors hard to find. Plan from HomeServe is like a subscription for peace of mind. For one small monthly fee, when a company system breaks, we'll send a qualified contractor and pay for the repair. Why worry? Get HomeServe and chill.
Plans from HomeServe start at just $7.99 a month.
Call 1-888-292-9750 or visit homeserve.com.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates or filing returns.
Avalara.
Whoa! And one day all of this will be yours. Thank you. Don't worry, that's not all I'm leaving you. I just called and got a guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policy for less than $7 a month. It'll help cover my final expenses. Oh, Mom, you're not going anywhere. I wasn't planning on it.
If you are between the ages of 45 and 85, you are automatically qualified for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage. There are no health questions and no medical exams. You can't be turned down due to health. Your acceptance is guaranteed. Policies start at just $6.38 per month, with most benefits paid in as little as 24 hours. And best of all, your rate will never increase, and your coverage will never decrease. That's our rate lock guarantee. Help protect the ones you love. Get a policy with a budget-friendly monthly premium and up to $25,000 in life insurance.
The thing about life insurance is it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Because once you need it, it's too late.
Now is the time to call the number on your screen and lock in your rate. Leave your family with a financial protection to help cover funeral costs, medical bills, or to use however they need. Give yourself the peace of mind, knowing you've done all you can to help the ones you love.
Did you find what you needed? Thanks, Mom, I did. It sounds like you did, too. You know I'm going to make sure you have everything you need, and then some.
Call the Guaranteed Life Insurance Helpline today. Get your guaranteed acceptance policy and lock in your guaranteed rates. You can't be turned down.
Don't delay. Call 800-344-6697. That's 800-344-6697.
800-344-6697. Call now.
Feel that? That's the foundation of basketball erupting. A new era begins.
Time to check in with our angriest of all the dogs. Really drives me freaking crazy.
It's my favorite thing on television.
He's always blaming somebody else. Madden, shady. What's the matter with that guy? That is absurd. Where the hell is that? No, what? For crying out loud, play better football. That is going to be nuts. Me. I can't hear you, God. They took my headset off. It's not a smart play. I'm worried about your blood pressure. That's ball. Oh my God. Madness. All right, ready?
No, get going, dog.
Let's go. We got 3 good ones today. First off, out of the Sean McDermott School. How about James Franklin? All right? The Penn State coach. First off, he can't beat a top 10 team, 3-17. He can't beat Ohio State. He can't beat Michigan. That was a disaster on Saturday afternoon. He goes for two twice, 14-9.
Being in debt was just such a challenge as a working single mom.
I was working 3 jobs just to make ends meet.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out of debt by myself.
National Debt Relief negotiated with my creditors and reduced my debt by half.
National Debt Relief can significantly reduce the amount you owe.
National Debt Relief got me out of debt.
I feel like I'm in control again. I feel like I'm taking my life back now.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started.
Randy has a signature gift wrapping style. It's called Crappy. This Christmas, give your Randy what he deserves. A big lump of cold soap from Duke Canyon.
It's Trolls Night. Don't miss.
Speaking costume and mass figure history.
All new tonight on Fox. Gather tip-off games. The Big East. The Big Ten. Friday at 6 Eastern on FS1.
What do you mean the connecting rooms were not confirmed?
Exactly not.
We can all see our kids.
Oh, you'll be able to see them.
When you want your kids in a room that's actually connecting, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
The fall holiday is here, and IHOP has the cooking covered, and the plating covered, and the serving covered, and even the kids' meals are covered. You can't pour your own coffee if you want, though. New turkey meals at IHOP, and kids eat free for a limited time.
It's electric. It's gas.
Quite a paradox.
It really is both. The first ever Lexus RX plug-in hybrid.
Typical beginner's mistake. Yes, they all start from the outside. So, will we help him? What else? Here, try it with Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings.
This is the carry-on closet, a suitcase with a one-of-a-kind patented closet system that keeps you organized anywhere. Pack all you need for up to 10 days and travel without ever unpacking. The comfort of home on the go. Unpack in seconds at soulguard.co.
From Dress the Bird to Deck the Halls. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Coming up next, it's the greatest and hottest segment in all of sports, Nick's Tears. But right now, you're in for a treat. It's time for the most maligned and misunderstood segment in all sports, Must Win. A quick note on our nomenclature. We're not in math class, okay? Guys don't need to talk about playoff probability. Oh, I ran the numbers. No, 22%. Man, look at it. No one cares. This is more about a feeling, a sentiment, a vibe that can only be answered by asking. Must win?
First up, Houston Jacksonville, Will Levis going up against a turnover-prone Prince.
Ooh, the Prince is 4-0 on the road, but only 2-3 in Duval. So am I pronouncing that correctly? Duval! There we go. Good job. Only 2-3 there, though. Which begs the question, must win for Trevor Lawrence? Yes.
Wow.
You're waiting on this segment. You get it.
It is. Now, to your point, mathematically or anything like that, of course not, because next week they play Houston, and if you lose this and win that, you're fine. But spiritually, vibe-wise, listen, the Jags were flying super high, had a bye week, they had the second longest winning streak anyone's had in the NFL all year, and then they not only lost, they got their teeth kicked at home. I heard the tailgate was great, sponsored in part by me. And now they need to bounce back against a Titans team that, listen, I've been impressed by some of what I've seen from Will Levis. This is a divisional team that is one of only 2 teams in the whole conference that is 2 or 3 wins. And so, yeah, it's a must-win for the Prince.
You focused a lot on your team. I'm going to focus on your team. Are we still calling it?
Yeah, we are. That's do you not hear the music?
I know, but it doesn't seem to fit anymore. But anyway, coming off a bad game, obviously, 3 turnovers, and not really good season. He's kind of a weak link right now. He's 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The receivers are pretty good. The running game is pretty good. The traffic defense, no, but 10 turnovers. That's it. 9 touchdowns, 10 turnovers. It ain't good.
All right, he's not been
4 fumbles.
Nobody thinks he's going to be.
I just need more.
You got to remember that.
Because I believe in you, not like this guy.
Dude, you don't know where you're from.
But I believe in you to some degree.
More it's a must-win. Must-win because of what the person is doing. But also, I think that it's a must-perform great for Trevor Lawrence. Like, you can't continue to have these subpar performances and expect us to keep playing this music. I think
the music's just
hold on. Just a quick question. Since we all say it's a must-win for Trevor, if he wins, should we have the trumpets on there?
We've had a lot of them.
Okay.
I saw some viewer feedback.
But stop reading comments.
How am I going to write it if I can't read it?
You're on there talking trash.
Next up, Big Show headed into San Francisco. Purdy emerged from the bye
and put on a show. Can you keep it going against a frisky 4-5 Bucks team? Brew, we're going to start with you. For Brock, your guy. Must-win?
I hate to say it. It's kind of a must-win for the rare must-win for Brew.
Oh,
I mean, he can't go out there and lose to Baker Mayfield. He can't lose to Vegas.
No one, local Tampa Bay, like insider Bucks Nation, does not talk about Kyle Trask.
I'm just going off the quotes. The GM and it comes loving. No, but look, it's a must-win for the Braves.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't play well, they win. Okay. If he plays well, and they win or lose a shootout, I think that would get a little bit shootout.
Oh, if that Niners lose a shootout,
no, that's what I'm saying. It would turn to the defense. People would look at, it's not Brock, it's the defense. But that's unlikely.
So wait, so is the answer yes, it's a must-win? Okay, good. There we go.
I'm going to have to give Baker love.
Wait, this one's not a must. Okay, that's right. They can lose this game. Brock could not perform well, and it's like, okay, he's not in the MVP conversation any longer. This team, no one's going to jump off the bandwagon and say, oh, this is not one of the best.
I will. I didn't jump off after the three games, my point. But this, now you've been like, you're hurt now, right? And you had to jump off. You're healthy.
No. Listen, if the Niners are fully healthy, they are, what's that line? 11.5-point favorites. If they lose to get to what right now they're 6-4, they would have lost 4 or 5. You can waive any hope you had at home field at the playoffs running through Santa Clara. Goodbye. Yeah. You're in a dogfight for the division with Seattle. This is unequivocally a must-win for the team, and then by proxy the Niners, and most notably Chris Broussard. Because as much of this belief as I had to take from this guy, because Trevor had a rough game, if Baker cooks up the Niners, oh my goodness gracious, we might bring the Trevor to bring professional chefs. Okay,
okay, we'll end with the admittedly unfair standard that we're holding the Cowboys to. They traveled to Carolina to play the Panthers. The line is at 10.5.
This can't be the question.
So I'm going to start with Brew. So for the Cowboys, double digit must win, Brew.
Well, look, every team has its identity, right?
What are the Cowboys that have it?
Well, the Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. You know, the Philadelphia is right